Um, you were at Voodoo Festival last year, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I saw you there. I was there.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was my first time in New Orleans, man.
Pretty
That was
same place.
That was awesome. Good time?
Yeah, we were on a tour, actually, us and Alkaline Trio, believe it or
Okay,
not. So
cool.
it was really pull in, play, and then drive to Orlando for the next night. So we didn't really get to spend much time. Just played and left.
These 3 dates for Riot Fest, they're not a part of your
No.
tour that's coming up, though.
Dude, I
This
fly
is-
home tomorrow,
Yeah.
and then next weekend I fly to Chicago, then next weekend I fly to Denver.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you're doing all 3. Like some bands are only
Yeah.
doing 1, maybe 2, but
Yeah, then all
that's
3
cool.
is pretty cool.
Awesome. Have you done Riot Fest before?
No, they asked us. They asked us like 2 or 3 years in a row. Definitely 2. Last year they asked us, but our singer had his baby, and then the year before I think we were in Europe. So we
Right.
got asked a couple times, but this is finally we never pulled off.
Cool. So aside from Steve's departure last year, all 4 of you guys have been at this together, like from the start. Really?
Yeah.
That's unprecedented. Like,
Yeah,
there's not
yeah.
a lot of bands
Same-
who can
same
say that. You
lineup.
know? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you think it is that's keeping you guys together?
Well, I think all 4 of us have, as different as we all are individually as people, I guess our mission statement has always been the same, and our focus, all 4, has always been the same, which all 4 of us grew up going to local shows, punk rock shows, hardcore shows, in a little suburb where there's nothing to do if you weren't a jock. So we started a band, and we just wanted to play shows, and we woke up, a couple years later, and our shows were more packed, and then a couple years later, and we had a gold record, and really, looking now, we started in '97, so we're like, it's almost 17 years, right? 16, 17 years?
17, I
yeah,
think.
17
So, yeah.
in June, and so honestly, we all still love this. We just want to play music. We love it's our passion, and coming from a place like that and working really hard, when you have that much of yourself in something, you're not just gonna let it go. I mean, everything in my life, in all of our lives, we have because of this band.
Nice.
So and a lot of amazing things. So it's stupid for us to ever not do it. I mean, sure, there'll be a point where, 20 years from now, I might not want to be touring all the time. 10 years from now, who knows? You never know with life. But I can tell you that nothing will ever keep us from playing shows in some form. You know what I mean? Like, it always weirds me out when bands break up. I'm like, I just don't get it. Like, and I always hear excuses. Well, the guys want to go to college. Okay, go to college. Play next summer.
Yeah.
Who cares?
It's true.
Play. It's but people have different passions. This really is what we love to do.
Awesome. Was it any different for you guys approaching Resurrection as a 4-piece rather than a 5? Did you have to change anything up in any particular way?
Honestly, and I get the way New Found Glory has always worked. If you look at any of our albums, it always says all songs by New Found Glory. The reason why it says all songs by it says that because I truly don't feel any song will exist without the other member, in the sense that I look at our new record on Resurrection. We have a song on the record called Stubborn. Okay, I was putting the pen to paper on that song. I was at a Starbucks, and I had some music in my headphones that we were working on, me and the guys worked on, and I was in the mode to write. I get a text from my bass player, and he's like, hey, I realize now how shitty I was to my ex-wife when we got a divorce, and I feel horrible. We're friends now, and I just want her to know that I've come to terms with me doing how I was in the wrong.
Yeah.
And he's like, I really want a song about that. I wrote that the lyrics to that song right there.
Nice.
And that song would not exist without Ian.
That's fair.
That is the only reason that song exists, is because of Ian. So I think in New Found Glory, it's always been all songs because we've all contributed in different ways. I would say the only thing different is it was way easier to write this record. It was one of those things where we all were really inspired, going through a lot as a band, and very hungry, and so we had a lot to talk about. We had a lot, to get off our chest, and it's in the record,
Nice.
And I think, I think the way we always worked is, you know, we were talking about comic books earlier.
Yes, we were.
You know, you look at the Avengers.
Yeah.
Okay? Everyone has their particular strength.
Yeah.
Right? They could not exist without the other, right? Well, we always did that where everyone sort of had their chore in the band. That doesn't mean that the other person couldn't do it. Everyone sort of had their chore and strengths. And so when we went down a member, we just picked up the slack.
Right.
That's all it was, if that makes sense.
It does make sense.
You know, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? It's like, we still got the Incredible Hulk, we still got Captain America and Iron Man, and you know what I'm saying? We're fine.
Yeah.
You know, we'll all contribute our powers, you know. So.
Nice. You got some interesting collaborations on this album.
Yeah.
Scott Vogel and Anthony from Bayside.
Yes.
And, what's the fellow's name from Trapped Under Ice?
Yeah, Brendan.
Yeah, I don't know them as well, but
Brendan.
It's cool.
Yeah, he sings. He sings in a band that everyone's going to know about. That a lot of people already know. They're called Turnstile.
Yeah.
Turnstile is like, people love them because it kind of has a super rhythmic, bouncy, like hardcore kind of thing. And when he sings, sometimes it almost sounds like he's rapping, and sometimes when he sings, it almost sounds like it's 311.
Right.
But then it's a hardcore thing. So when writing that song on my own, I started, the bridge was really bouncy, almost like a throwback style to like Better Off Dead, almost like this really bouncy thing. And we're putting it together. We all had the lyrics and the melody, and we're like, dude, Brendan's in town, Turnstile was playing. I was like, he would sound great. If not, I'm gonna sing it. But if we can get him, he would kill it. So we got him, and he killed it. Anthony from Bayside was on Warped Tour, coming through Southern California when we were recording, and it just sort of this part. I feel like we wouldn't have had them if they didn't fit those parts.
Right.
It wasn't really about, hey, look who we got. I'm sure there was like plenty of famous screamers we could have hit up to sing on a song.
Anthony's a talented boy.
Or whatever. Yeah, it's just these people really fit the part of the song. And I produced a couple of Terror records. Scott's a good friend. And the line in the song was, you want to play with fire, well, I will burn you down. And again, instead of me screaming, burn you down, that's like a Terror line.
Exactly.
So we're like, dude, Scott, this is a Terror line. Sing it. So,
how wary are you as a band about playing material pre-release? Like, there's one song from the new album that's commercially available now, but are you going to service any of the other songs prior to going out on tour? Or would you rather just do that after?
Yeah, we're really excited. I would tell you that's one thing about about Resurrection that is so cool, and I'd say this different than our last 3 albums. Because coming home, we were like scared. Oh, crap! What song do we release first?
Right.
Not Without a Fight. It was our first, album of because after Coming Home, we did like the hardcore EP and a cover record. So we're nervous about that. And then Radio Surgery. We're like, what song do we release first? This album, I could tell you, we get emails, and we're like, all right, what song do we release next? We're like, does it matter? Like really, like not to sound conceited it really does not matter. Like every song on this album has balls, has a deep message behind it, and so to tell, we'll probably only play Selfless at Riot Fest because we only get 40 minutes and we have 7 albums, so we'll probably only play Selfless. But on tour, we're going to play a bunch of new songs. And we actually... Sorry, I'm talking so much.
No worries. That's what I'm here for, man.
We're actually releasing a new song next week.
Okay.
Which we're teasing. And then we started teasing today. Well, actually, in what's today? Saturday? In 3 days.
Okay.
Another new song.
Right on.
And then 2 weeks from that, another new song. There'll be 4 songs released before the album comes out.
Cool. And that release date is...
October 7th. October 7th, Resurrection.
On Hopeless Records?
Yeah, Hopeless Records. First record with Hopeless, and so far they've been great.
Right on. How did you decide on Paul Miner to help you produce this album?
Well, Paul Miner is a great engineer. We've worked with him years ago when we did our Coming Home record. We were writing in a house in Malibu, And we're like, oh, we need an engineer. We had our friend Warren who plays in the Vandals. He stayed with us for a month. And he had to go on tour and do some stuff like for Gwen Stefani or the Vandals or something. And then we're like, we need someone. We're like, oh, we knew of Paul Miner. So he came in and just lived with us in this house and recorded the demos. He went on to start making records, and I got asked to produce a Fireworks album years ago. Worked with Paul on that, and then like I just kept going with him. Like the Terror, Keepers of the Faith, I did with Paul. Super easy to work with, and with this album, it really was about the four of us. And we have so much experience with the studio. We're like, hey, you know, like this is our, you know, resurrection as a band, and let's just make this album on our own and have Paul engineer it. And he's a good friend and easy to work with. So it's probably the most fun we had recording.
Cool. You're offering some pretty awesome fan incentive packages off of your website right now.
Yes.
$100. Meet the band, get a photo op.
Yeah.
Ticket to a show.
Yeah.
CD and vinyl.
Yeah.
Like, and a shirt. Like it's a good package for
you know,
what you're paying.
It's funny. It's like I had this super big punk rock guilt with that package.
Right.
Because it took me some convincing. It took all of us some convincing, but it was just, you know, you sort of evolve, you know, and fans are used to that now.
Yeah.
In the sense where we're getting people, hey, when are there going to be VIP packages? Because so many bands doing it, and I was like, if we do it, we've never. I think it's shitty to charge someone to meet you. They're already buying a ticket. Yeah. They're already coming to your show.
But they may not meet you, depending on your press needs for the day.
Whatever.
And what you guys are doing, friends in town.
Yeah.
You may not go out and meet them, right? Like it's.
I mean,
a chance, but
but still, like I feel like if a fan's coming, I feel like it's shitty to be like, oh yeah, pay to meet me. So, what we did, which is really different, is and fans don't even fully know it. It's not really a meet. You obviously get to meet us. You get the vinyl, CD, shirt, poster, all that stuff we're giving you. But you get to see a sound check.
Yeah. Yes. And, that was cool.
And I don't know, like with us sound checking, dude, we're so laid back. It's not like we're like so not professional when we sound check.
Yeah.
We literally will be like, "What do you want to hear?" And they'll tell us, and we'll play it.
Yeah.
You know, so really they're gonna get a private, like almost like karaoke request show.
Right
like, you know, like we're gonna be their jukebox. So it's a sound check. So yeah, fans are going to be able to get that cool experience.
Nice. Some of the few sound checks I've gotten to see have been better than some of the shows.
That's
afterwards,
awesome.
You know, like
that's awesome.
There'll be a cover song, or the band will just fiddle around with something in an acoustic fashion, and that's pretty special if you really enjoy the band. So.
That sort of was the outlook on it was like like we've never done something like this. People have been asking about it. Still have that sort of punk rock guilt, but if we make it, give them cool things. You know, I know I would. You know, I would do it for for like things I'm into. I would pay the extra buck. So,
what do you think is the oddest song that New Found Glory has ever recorded?
Oddest?
Oddest.
We have this song called which one is it? It's on Catalyst. I think Catalyst has some odd songs. I think Catalyst has some of our best songs. But it's not our best record. And I think
it could be your Pinkerton.
I don't know.
You don't think it'll resurge?
I think Coming Home Coming Home's our Pinkerton.
Okay,
fair enough. Coming Home was the album we released, and people were like, "This sucks." And then like now, play more Coming Home.
Yeah.
You know, that's our Pinkerton. Everyone I meet, Coming Home is my favorite album.
Yeah.
And people watching this are probably going, "Yeah, me too." So, but that record was when it came out. You know, we took some bruises for that one, but Catalyst people loved when it came out. I just think later on the album, it's called it's on the other side. I can't remember the name. I know the words.
I'm drawing a blank.
Dude, hold on. Can I look at my record real quick?
Sure, yeah.
I gotta look
Google
up.
your record.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I will tell you in a second.
That's classic. You keep singing. It's like a little acoustic version of the song. It's a bonus.
It's super weird, though. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's on Catalyst. I can't... My service, Wait. New Found Glory.
Nice.
Catalyst. Is it sad that I don't... I mean, I have too many songs.
Who remembers titles in this day and age? Track 6.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's what I'm into.
All right, here we go. Songs. more songs. Hold on, here it goes. Wait. Where the hell did it go? Okay, hold on. Ending and Tragedy.
Ta-da!
Ending
Nice.
and Tragedy, I think, is our weirdest song. It's just kind of weird. It's like has this weird like sway to it, and this weird like keyboard thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of eerie sounding, but then kind of doesn't really make any sense.
Right on. Last question. What do you think is the most sought after Newfound Glory item to date?
The most sought after.
Yeah.
Like a merch item?
Yeah,
or?
like a collectible thing, a demo tape, a shirt.
I think our
45.
biggest, it was, I think one of the most popular shirts that we had that we did this shirt with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Before, it's crazy, before he died.
Right.
We did Michael Jackson, him holding the, kind of like in Say Anything.
Yeah.
Like John Cusack holding the speakers. And he's a zombie, and on the back it says, remember the time we realized Thriller was our favorite song. And at the, we're yelling at each other. At the end of, yelling going on. At the end of that tour, we sold a shirt on the tour like Michael Jackson died.
Oh.
And we had the shirt,
Yeah.
and we had a bunch left over, and we're like, put them online, because we had like, and we were at this point, we're like, oh man, people are going to think
You're cashing in
we're
on it?
cashing
Yeah.
in, but we have like, tour just ended and we have like a couple dozen left. So we put them up, they all sold out, and now people want them. People ask us to remake them, and we just can't, because it feels weird.
Yeah.
So
Classic.
that's it. I think that's our most sought after shirt.
Hi, man. That was awesome.
Cool, thank you, man.
I think I'm good. What do you think fans are going to see from Newfound Glory on this fall run of dates?
On the fall dates?
Yeah, that you're doing with.
I think they're going to see their best, their favorite Newfound Glory show. I really do. I think, us as a band, we're tighter, locked in. The new songs sort of bring out this new life and energy to our band. Everyone's like really excited to be on stage again, and really grateful. And I think, going through all the things we've gone, it's something that, I feel like every album, it means more to us as you go along. The fact that all the things we've been through, the fact that we can still be on a main stage at Riot Fest, and have people up front going crazy. They know.
Oh yeah, they were into you, man.
Yeah,
For sure.
they know
Nice
our
to
hearts.
see.
They know our hearts. They have like their selves invested in our band, and I think after the new record comes out and they read the lyrics and hear the songs, I think they're going to be more amped than ever, just like we are,
Cool. Right on, man.
Cool.
That was
Thanks,
awesome.
dude.